Before we go, I'll talk to you a little bit about what we're gonna do. But you're playing a bartender, and we won't overthink it.
Cool. All right. Right on. Yeah. I'm just feeding myself drinks, not everyone else. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be the opposite bartender.
Day 8. We had 3 days at the bar, so we knew we had some time to play with. But this was the most dialogue-heavy location, and we had some special stars, some special guests coming in.
Hi, I'm Tia Bhatia, and my role on the night was an extremely vulgar cricket fan, which was a lot of fun to play.
My name is Peter Czerwinski, also known as Furious Pete in the online world, and I play a bartender on the night.
And you know, the cast and crew have been going gangbusters for a while, so I don't think anyone was tired or fatigued, but it was definitely like, you know, we were in the shit.
There's a potential for that to happen.
Yeah, there's potential for that to happen.
Yeah.
It was a little bit stressed. Daniel, the director, was sobbing behind the bar. He had a bottle of Hennessy in his hand, but just edit that part out, because, you know. Oh,
Maybe a little over to your right. A little more. Yeah, there. That's good. Just like that.
We filmed at the Monarch Tavern in the west end of Toronto, a place close to my heart. I used to go there, get Kaplanski's back when Kaplansky was slinging smoked meat out of there. My dad used to drink there in the 70s, so.
We were excited to shoot there. A lot of our cast knew it and had been there before.
Yeah.
And so we were excited to get in there and start going.
Yeah.
So on the day when we shoot that scene, you're there, and the idea is they're talking through you.
So I'm on the far side on the booth.
No, so you're sitting at the end of the table, right?
Yeah, okay, copy.
I know, it's not proportionally, not to scale. We had to shoot during the day as if it was night, so we had to black out all the windows, we had to dress it. The production designer and art department team didn't get as much time as they would have liked. They worked super fast, but again, it's a location show with not a huge budget, so they didn't have a full day ahead of time to dress the location. So we were fighting the clock from the start.
Right here, right now, in front of me.
No, it can't be. Well, why would he be in Toronto?
Look at him, open your eyes, it's him.
Yes,
In this episode that we were filming, Catchy gets caught and outed by 2 cricket fans who recognize him and kind of throw some shade on him for being a travesty. He's the Lance Armstrong, the Tanya Harding of cricket. So he gets recognized by these 2 fans. They're played brilliantly by Tia Bhatia and Richard Young.
Oh, this is great. This is something special, eh? I mean, a picture of me with the biggest loser in cricket.
Tia, who is the daughter of famed Raptors superfan Nav Bhatia, who I've been a fan of personally for years and years, because I thought I was the only one who noticed that guy had been at every game. Before anyone was following people on Instagram, Twitter, I was like, I feel like that guy's at every game. And then like finally, I followed him and I was like, he's been at every game. I was like, it wasn't just me, he really is. He's a guy who sits courtside at Raptors games since '95. He's awesome, and Tia's a big Raptors fan and like a big part of like the Raptors culture. So it was super exciting working with her. She's the best. She's so fun and lovely.
Yeah, that's so true.
People like you ruin cricket.
Oh, killed it.
No respect for the game.
Z to the hero. Okay, that's enough. Get the fuck out of my bar.
Suck a dick, cheater.
Go on, get the fuck out of here. Brampton forever. Brampton, never heard of it. Go the fuck out of here. What the fuck was that?
I haven't ever done anything so aggressive where, I said something vulgar or I bully someone. I'm usually the person who's getting bullied, or I play the victim role and stuff like that. So that was really interesting. I've never done anything like it, and I'm very excited to see how it's going to transition onto screen.
Tia and Richard did a great job. It's always difficult for cast to come in, for one day and get injected into a machine that's been rolling. The cast is super tight. By this point, they have a shorthand. They work together a certain way. So to be thrust into that in a big scene, like it's not just walk by with a beer and spill it or something. Like they had to really go at Cash. Bring a lot to it. There were lines, there was some interesting blocking going on. We had a camera in there, so they did great. And Tia and Richard played off one another in a great way.
Yeah.
And it was just fun. Like it was exciting to get them all in there fighting it out. Daryl also does a great job, and the way that Tia and Richard are like coming at him, and the way Daryl, who plays Cash, is able to, you see his heart like break in the scene. You see him turn in on himself, and it's a good scene.
Yeah.
Catch it.
Emmy Award.
Daytime Emmy Award.
Daytime Emmy Award nominated. It's nominated for a nomination.
Yeah, it's nominated
by
for a
me.
nomination.
I've nominated it to be nominated.
Yeah, catch it.
It was great. Really fun.
Get the fuck out of my bar.
So Furious Pete came out this day as well. Furious Pete plays the bartender in the series. He was a great guy, like brought his own flavor to it, kind of made the character his own.
All right, that's it. Get off the premises. Get the hell out of my bar right now. I'm decent with interacting with the public and with food and all that, but this is a totally different world. I know it is. Being able to immerse yourself in that role isn't easy. If something goes well here today, then I'm always down to learn. I like learning, but I know it'll take a lot of time, a lot of effort for sure.
He's a presence. Like, he showed up on set, and I mean, he looks built and buff on his YouTube channel, but he showed up. I was like, this guy's 10 times like just stronger.
He is a big guy,
and he's just a presence. Like, he walks in, people are like, oh, guys, but he's handsome, and he's just larger than life. Really nice guy, super easy to work with, very laid back, like very nice, but he's kind of a bit of an intimidating presence.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know if Dave. We didn't ask Dave if Dave had to light differently because he's so big. Like, you have to,
he's a big guy.
You gotta like move things around a little bit. There's a great moment when Furious Pete comes around the bar and picks up No Name, and you see, because of the way we lit it, you see this shadow get cast upon Ben No Name. And it's just really funny because you see it coming, he doesn't see it coming, and you couldn't have planned that any better. Just this like big imposing shadow coming towards him.
We had some Furious Pete like super fans on our crew who were all like super like, that's Furious Pete, and they're all just like, yeah, like it's so nice. Like, they were like really, they were very cute around him, which was really fun.
I like the arms out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a big gun. Yeah.
do you mind?
Furious Pete would
He's
wear
got
a
big gun,
cutoff.
but he says he's not pumped. But like, these are like some bazookas.
He's not
to
a
me.
big. He's a big guy.
They're bazookas.
And it's a fun cameo. I wonder, there's gonna be people watching the show and be like, is that? No. Is that? No. Is that? No.
They'll make that exact face.
Is that? But
That's what most of our viewers look like.
It's another Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more scenes. And then I get to eat pizza. Hell yeah. Lots of pizza. We're gonna get fat today. Real greasy and fat. My forte.
Seafood
pasta Alfredo.
Some seafood pasta.
Seafood pasta Alfredo.
Some Alfredo pasta with seafood.
Make sure you wave your hands around.
Fettuccine Alfredo is a specific thing.
I know it's like an actual thing. But it's kind of funny that this bar doesn't have it. They have another thing.
That's okay. But I think pasta.
Seafood pasta Alfredo.
Yeah, seafood pasta Alfredo.
Yeah.
What else would Alfredo be?
Exactly. Okay, seafood pasta Alfredo.
Yeah,
We're gonna go seafood pasta Alfredo. Okay, all right.
Where are you going?
I gotta go get some air.
We landed. One of our actors, Neil, the bird, wasn't feeling too well. So we kind of jostled some stuff around, and he was resting off-site. He just really wasn't feeling well, so he went home for the day. And we decided to move some scenes around, but we're doing that. I don't really know if we're on schedule because we moved so much shit around. I don't really know, but the scenes are getting really good. We stopped the stuff with Tia. That was really fun. Richard was great as well.
Furious Pete.
I was getting there.
All right.
Back through the day, like forward and back.
We did Pete first, so I just assumed.
Yeah. So we did Furious Pete first. He was amazing. He was like so much fun. Great guy, great performer, and got great stuff with him.
Huge arms. Like, way bigger in person.
Yeah.
Insanely big arms. And he said at one point we were practicing because he lifts up Ben Ben Blais. He's like, oh, let me see if I can lift him up. And he just deadlifted him like he was a stack of paper. It was amazing.
Yeah. But then, I don't know if you guys got this, but I arm wrestled him just to kind of see.
And he won.
And I won.
Crazy.
It was pretty crazy.
And Pete was crying. He's like, I've never been beaten.
I've
never been beaten.
It's kind of fucking, like, to see a man so big just cry
And
like
Dan
that.
was trying to pretend that he was like, I had an advantage.
Yeah, I was leaning into
like
it.
this leaning into it, but it was fun.
It was wild stuff.
Wild.
But I don't know if you guys were around. You might have been outside shooting, but it was really something. Yeah.
We'll do a reenactment.
Yeah.
We'll play Pete. Obviously.
But yeah, that was pretty cool too. Yeah. That's about it. We're gonna go back. We're the other thing is at 5:30 at this location, we have to get everybody out of holding, and they have to find somewhere else. So it's a big cluster of a thing. Like 30 people just came up to our set.
It's like shooting in a mall.
Yeah.
It's just full of people. And everyone's creaking slowly. Everyone's going.
Yeah, it's like Eden Center at holiday time when that happens. So we're working around it. Gives us a chance to do this. And we're gonna shoot a fun scene between Andy, JB, and Jess.
Yeah.
See you later.
See ya. Truck talk. Ow, I'm stuck on the truck. Truck talk.
We were getting ready to shoot another kind of big scene with Neil and Ben and pretty much the whole cast. When he was getting ready to go into processing and get changed, he started to come down with something. He wasn't feeling well. He went and actually rested for a little bit, got some alone time. We called him up and it was like, he was like, yeah, I've had this before. I think I should go to the hospital. And then we had to take 5, everybody like take a few minutes, and we had to sit with our AD, our DP, Mike and I sit down and start moving the day around. We were most worried about Neil. Like,
yeah.
I mean, obviously able to focus and get it, but we had to see, is Neil coming back? Are we rescheduling the show?
Am I gonna play the Berg?
Yeah, is Michael gonna be the Berg? So when we wrapped,
just try to look like him, just try to get my hair cut.
So we obviously didn't want to bother him. We looked at the next day, but at wrap it was like, okay, are we postponing filming? Are we gonna keep shooting? What are we gonna do?
And that's when we had a marathon rewrite and rescheduling session.
Yeah. So Mike, our AD, myself, line producer, producers, we went back to my place actually, sat down, ordered a pizza, and first things first was we figured out how we could, first things first we ate a pizza. Oh, I had some scotch as well.
Scotch as well. That was pretty important at that point.
We have Neil in pretty much every other scene, so maybe we should rewrite an episode.
This actually, I do believe was a fortuitous accident. So episode 7 is, episode 6 is the vote. That's when they're trying to canvass votes to, and it's the manager vote between No Name and the Berg. So the original script that we had going in with our shooting script was that both of them sit down with every other character and kind of try to convince them to vote for them.
Canvassing for votes.
Canvassing for votes.
It didn't feel true to the Berg for him to be canvassing the team for votes.
Yeah,
it's a very no-name thing to do, to hit the campaign trail.
Yeah. So
Berg, not so much.
So we were just like, well, fuck it. I was always under the suspicion that some or most of those scenes wouldn't make it into the edit. It was also kind of a long episode.
It was already a long page count, yeah.
So we figured, okay, so forget that. The Berg is, equanimous in the face of this adversary. He's equanimous in the face of this adversity. He's equanimous in the face of adversity. He's equanimous in the face of adversity. He's very calm and stoic in the face of adversity, so he's not going to canvass for votes, but No Name would. So we started rewriting those scenes to fill them out a little bit more, and me and Dan...
And it just started happening.
It was so great, and actually, I wasn't rattled. This was...
you were much more rattled every other day.
I wasn't rattled at all, but I was excited. I was like, this feels like, I remember hearing this story when I was studying theater history in college, which was like, that like when in the original run of Streetcar Named Desire, that, Tennessee Williams would be at rehearsal all day and then he'd get drunk and write all night for rewrites, and I was like, that's so romantic. Like, and this felt like that. It was just like, all right, we're pulling an all-nighter and we're just gonna rewrite these scenes, send him out to bed. He's gonna have to do them the next day. So we we just wrote, and by that point we knew the show, we knew our characters, we knew what they could do, and we wrote the scenes, and those remain probably my favorite.
Yeah, it turns out to be a great episode. So we finished writing around like 1 in the morning or something, and then it's like sent that out to our production team, who then had to send it out to the cast, and that meant a really, really big rewrite being shot the next day, which is not ideal.
No. But as we'll see, a certain thing could happen. And did it?
Catch it?
Catch it?